Hi guys, let's talk about pricing. How do you price an item for sale on eBay or any other platform? But let's focus on eBay today. I wanted to bring you today 5 tips for pricing an item on eBay. How do you know what to price your item at to get a quick sale, the best sale, to get the most out of your item? Tip number 1, you do not get to determine what your item is worth. It doesn't matter what it sold for 6 months ago. Doesn't matter what you sold it for last year. Only matters what it's selling for today. The market decides what your item is worth. You might think that it is super cute, but the market says it's crap. So the market gets to decide what your item is worth, not you. Tip number 2, it does not matter what you paid for your item. When you go to price your item, what you paid for it should not come into play. You can pick up an item for $1 that's worth $100, or you can pick up an item for $1 that's worth $1. What you paid for it does not matter. It only matters what the market is saying that item is worth. Tip number 3. So you know you have this item, and you know I've said it doesn't matter what you paid for it, only matters what the market says it's worth. How do I know what the market says it's worth today? The best place to go is www.checkaflip.com. I am in no way affiliated with Checkaflip. I get no affiliate, AdSense, nothing by telling you about this site. I'm just telling you it's what I use. It's what's working today. I don't promise it will work forever. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with them. But when you take your item and you're looking it up to see what the market says it's worth, Checkaflip will tell you the average actual sold price of your item and the sell-through rate of that item, and also the average price of everything currently listed on eBay for that item. It'll let you check used items, new items, anything from golf clubs to sneakers to coffee mugs to sweaters. Doesn't matter. They don't currently have an app, so it's a little harder to use when you're out and about, but just use your mobile web browser. Go to www.checkaflip.com and type in exactly what you have. You're going to see that things like style, size, especially in clothing, color, maker, brand, all of those things matter. And you can have an item that, say it's a coffee mug, and so you type in Starbucks mug, and you see, okay, they're not worth a whole lot. But then if you go a little deeper and you type in the exact Starbucks coffee mug that you have, you may see that you have a real winner. So pay attention to details, type in exactly what it is that you have, and pay attention to then the sell-through rate, because that sell-through rate is going to tell you how long you should expect to sit on your item before it sells. It's not an exact science, but for instance, if it says your Starbucks mug has a 20% sell-through rate, in a perfect world then, if you had 100 items, 20 of them sold this month, you would have a 20% sell-through rate. So that item would take roughly 5 months to sell. Now some people list their items, the same item, more than one time within a month. Maybe yours is a little bit better, a little bit nicer, we'll get to that in a moment, but all of that is going to affect your sell-through rate also. So it's just a guideline, but take it into consideration. If the item you're looking at has a really low sell-through rate, you're going to sit on it longer than an item that has an 80 or 90% sell-through rate, clearly. So all of those things matter then with your pricing strategy. If I know that I'm going to have to sit on this item for a little while, then I'm going to price it where I want, and I don't need to drop the price or worry about the price. I know it's going to take 5 to 6 months to sell. Price isn't the issue. If that item isn't selling, price is not the issue. The issue is that it's just a longer tail item. That's okay. Price it where you want it to sell then. So that's tip number 3, checkaflip.com. Tip number 4. So now you've gone to Checkaflip and you see the average. But you're not average, you want above average. So go over to eBay. Do your same search for your same Starbucks mug. Sort them highest to lowest. Now pay attention to that person who got the highest price. What did they do? What did they have that you can implement? What did their pictures look like? What did their title look like? Did they offer returns? How many feedback did they have? How long have they been on the site? How many coffee mugs do they sell? So then we know, do they have a following in coffee mugs? Maybe they sell a lot of coffee mugs, and so those collectors come back to them week after week after week. That is going to get them a higher price than you're going to get. If they have a lot of feedback, they can command a higher price. What is their packaging like? Clearly you can't tell that by the listing, but if you see somebody who's getting a higher price than you are, those are things that you can start to implement so that you can get a higher price, so that you can ask a higher price. Create a following, have great customer service, offer returns. All of those kinds of things are going to allow you to command that higher price so that you don't have to be just at the average price, you can be above average. Tip number 5, price to be able to put your item on sale, take a best offer, whatever the case may be. Whatever your pricing strategy is, whether your pricing strategy includes sales or promotions or best offers, price accordingly so that when that best offer comes in, it's actually what you were looking for to begin with. So those are my 5 tips. Doesn't matter what you think it's worth, the market determines the value. Doesn't matter what you paid for it, the market determines the value. Checkaflip.com. Great resource for knowing what your item is actually worth. eBay solds oftentimes will show the sold price, but it isn't the actual sold price because the seller took a best offer, had a combined discount, whatever, so it's not showing you the actual sold price. Checkaflip.com is a better resource for actual sold prices. Check eBay. How can you get more than the average sold price? Those people who are selling at the highest prices, what are they doing differently that you can implement? And adjust for sales. Allow some wiggle room there so you can negotiate with your buyer. Hope that helps. See you later.